My lovers, my name is Dr. Made for Love. I am a social scientist and a psychic medium, and I read for high level soulmates and twin flames. So, today, what we're looking at is what is your person hiding from you? So, we're going to look at what they're hiding about themselves. We're going to look at what they're hiding with regard to you and this connection. We're going to look at their thoughts and feelings for you. And then we're going to end the public reading by looking at what spirit advice for you, the most important person, in the situation. In the extended, we're going to look at what is happening in their life generally that they might be hiding from you. We're going to look at what they might be hiding if there's a third party connected to your connection, what they're hiding about that relationship. We're going to look at their thoughts and feelings, their hidden thoughts and feelings for this person. And then we're going to look at what's going to be the next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading. So let's begin as we usually do. Let's lay the foundation for the reading, and we start with getting significators for a person's energy generally, default mode, default setting, and then their settings specific to you. Okay, so what we have here is the wise fool. And this is someone that wants to start afresh. It's also someone who has just completed a spiritual transformation. So they're in beginner's mind, looking at the world differently, looking at it with fresh eyes, fresh heart, and just wanting to do life just in a different way, not right? In a different way, in accordance with their newfound values and beliefs. All right, let's see. Default setting for a person generally. We have the legend, good God. They're switched on. They are switched on. They're thinking about sex. That's what they're thinking about. So we're tapping into someone who there's a little something going on here with their sacral chakra. Kind of, it's out of whack. Maybe spinning a bit too rapidly. Okay. And maybe they've always had this issue because look here, we see someone's a slave. So this is almost like a devil energy, something that they're very attached to. So they can be very attached to their sex appeal, their sexuality. Okay. This is how they express themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when it's in the conspiracy or the shadow energy, it means then that this could be hypersexuality. This hypersexuality is rarely acting out. It's rarely trying to block off intimacy. I know it's kind of counterproductive. Trying to block off emotional intimacy by just focusing on the physical. It could be trying to overcompensate for low self-esteem. Maybe there's some sort of narrative running in their head. That's all that is all they have to give. That's how they define themselves. So when it's here in the shadow, it's as a result of some sort of trauma or some sort of false and negative narrative that they have going on a loop. We will pull some cards on that, but this is someone with a wandering eye. Certainly, and it is indicated here because they're chained, this could be them or their family line bound to some sort of entity, right? Whether it's an incubus or succubus energy. So that maybe nearly everybody in their family line or masculine energies in their family line have this particular challenge. Okay, and it is coming up now because maybe your person has recognized it and it's something that they are working on. We did see the wise fool at the bottom of the deck. Let's just get that out. So this could be a challenge that your person is working on. So what they might be doing right now, they might be setting more healthy boundaries with regard to this, and maybe even setting healthy boundaries with you in the mix because they really do want to change. I'll pull cards on this and we'll clarify, but that's what's coming through. Let's see the energy towards shaky, feeling dumb, feeling dumb. Yeah, they feel really stupid and they feel like they're being punished for their stupidity, like spirit has put them in the naughty corner. And it looks like the lesson, and I think it goes back to that lecture card. The lesson they're being taught, or they are actively learning, they're choosing to learn, because lessons are going to come. Is it the person chooses to learn? But it looks like they're choosing to learn. Those ears are pretty big, so they're listening. Okay, and maybe your person has big ears. Nothing wrong with that. They're choosing to learn, right? They're listening. Okay, and part of that listening is putting that into action. So I do think they might be putting, the words I'm hearing is stopgap safeguards in place, so that they don't fall back into this pattern, which is them acting out, which is indiscipline, which is, allowing something, sacral chakra trauma, family curses, family patterns, allowing something or even someone, could be embodied in as someone in their life, or allowing someone to control them and their behavior. Because that's what it is when you have an addiction. There's an energy, and in the 3D it manifests as something, whether it's a substance, whether it's a person, whether it's a habit. There's an energy that has taken control of your life. You've given your autonomy over to it. Okay, so this is them taking it back, but they feel foolish. And they feel foolish because they allowed whatever this energy is to sabotage the relationship that they had with you. Right now, they're very concerned, and they're concerned whether you can see past everything that has happened. Right? They viewed almost as an impossible task at this time. Let's get another card. Yeah, because maybe this person like really put you through it. We have them here as the torturer, right? So for some of you, this was a really toxic relationship. Maybe you felt in this relationship like your sanity was being compromised, right? You were tormented by this person and their actions. Okay, so now they're feeling really, really dumb because they're looking back on their behavior, on the indiscipline, on the way that they gave their power away to impulse. Okay, the way they were acting like a plant. I always talk about plants, just responding to stimuli. Okay, and even plants might have been smarter than them, because the plants, they respond to love, right? So this person was not responding to love. They were not responding to love. They were taking you for granted, and they allowed whatever this energy was to really manifest and become very real in their life. Now let's do some clarification here. Yeah, let's do some. I forgot that this was a tarot deck. Oh my God. All right, let's dive a little deep into your person. Whether this is your divine masculine, divine feminine, let's dive deep. And we have here 10 of Wands. And that talks about our baggage. Okay? But it does say here completion. Okay? So they are completing a cycle. That's the good news. The bad news is the damage already been done. The damage already been done. Can they claw their way back to make a comeback into your life? That's what they're thinking about. Let's see, this energy generally is the lecture. And they're seeing it brought a lot of heartbreak, not just for the people that they were with, but also for themselves. For some of you guys, and you want to be aware, I am seeing a medical mask here. They might have even gotten some sort of sexually transmitted disease or infection. So you want to be very careful as well. For some of you guys, this person is ill as a result of this behavior. So you want to be very, very cautious here. So they're trying to do things differently. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. They realize this was something heavily codependent. This is something that really had its claws into them. So they're trying to start afresh. For some of them, they're gonna go to rehab. They're shutting down this behavior. For some of them, they might be abstinent at this time as they try to heal. But when it comes to you, they feel like a jackass. Look at right here, right? Feel like a jackass. Why do they feel like a jackass? Because basically when they were in the throes of their addiction, in the throes of their behavior, they really tormented you. And they're seeing you now as the empress. You didn't deserve this. You didn't do anything to deserve this. Nobody deserved this shit. Okay? So now that they recognize you as their counterpart, they can't believe that they did the things that they did. They didn't even put in any kind of effort here. All they did was came in and wreaked havoc in your life. Look at you, beautiful. You survived though by sheer willpower. The throne of determination. You survived. You survived. But the damage to the relationship has been done, and they're very concerned about rebuilding if it's possible at all. Now let's ask Spirit, what are they hiding from you about themselves? And then we're going to look at what are they hiding from you about this relationship, about you and this connection. So it's about themselves. What are they hiding about themselves at this time? I do think for some of you guys, this person is ill. Definitely a sexually transmitted disease or STI is indicated here, but it could be that they have a health issue going on and have not told you as yet. We have here, you choose them. We have a third party, betrayal, and replacement. Okay, let's see what's going on. What are they hiding about themselves? What are they hiding? We have the tea is cold now. No more drama over it. And the past expired. Okay, so your person is now coming out of something that was really pretty hectic. Okay, some sort of battle, could be a court battle. Okay, but it looks like everything's kind of settled down now. So they may not have told you about what they were going through, but it looks like it's kind of settled. Okay, if it is that they are ill, maybe they've completed radiation or chemo or whatever, okay, and they are in a recovery process. What are they hiding about themselves? We have burned the bridge, and it has a final goodbye. And even in this picture, they're walking away from something. So for a lot of you guys, they might be walking away from, let's say, some sort of hostile work environment. They might be walking away from a third party. Okay, they might be walking away from family members that didn't have their back in the first bloody place. Okay, but or it could be the behavior that was first indicated, this hypersexuality, whatever it is, or this thing that they were chained to. They are walking away and they are burning that bridge for good. What else are they hiding about themselves? It has here, I gave you my all. And we have overgiving. Now, your person, they are naturally a generous person. And maybe you did not feel it in your relationship because they were too steeped in their in programming. They were too steeped in their addiction. But this is who they are naturally. And it may have manifested itself in another relationship, or it may manifest itself in the way that they deal with their family members. They give their all until they have nothing else to give to themselves. Okay? It could be that there's another relationship that they feel they gave their all and still they're left to pick up the pieces. What else are they hiding about themselves? We have a no contact zone. So if your person if there's a third party connected to your relationship, it looks like there's some sort of fracture here because each person has turned their back on the other, and we see a person walking away. So for some of you guys, you don't know that your person has already walked away from a third party connection. For others of you, this is them going no contact with family, especially family that may have interfered in your connection in the past. So this is them setting healthy boundaries because that's what was lacking in the first place, right? Your person didn't have any boundaries. So any number could have played, right? So this is them taking back their power. Now, let's look at what are they hiding with regard to you and this connection. Then we're going to talk about their hidden thoughts and feelings for you. All right, we have here consequences, and this is all about karma. All right, so they let you, spirit's letting you know right away that your person may have tormented you in your relationship, or they were very difficult parts of this connection. Know that they got their return. They got their just desserts. For some of them, they may have even ended up in jail, right, as part of their divine judgment. So, what you need to know, you were vindicated, okay? You were vindicated. You were avenged. You know, karma, she finds everybody's address, right? Nobody is left out. All right, let's see. What are they hiding with regard to you and this connection? We have breaking free, right? So there was something that was limiting them. And because it was limiting them, it was also limiting the boundaries of your connection. Maybe there wasn't room for expansion, there wasn't room for growth, but your person is breaking free of this. At this time, it says cycles don't break themselves. So for some of you guys, it definitely was a karmic cycle. It could have even had a karmic partner, but it could definitely be some sort of ancestral programming, some sort of ancestral curse that your person is breaking free from, and it is connected to the sacral chakra. What else is happening? So they might be in another relationship. They are breaking free from that. Whatever's happening here. We have here throwing shade. All right. Shade doesn't always look like aggression. Sometimes it's in backhanded praise, tone, and just joking energy. Okay. So because your person may have had low self-esteem, and because your person may have never valued themselves, they may have tried to break you down in order for you to become more compliant or more accepting of their behavior. But Spirit's letting you know what they were hiding is that they had no sense of value at all for themselves. What they were hiding was this addiction. What they were hiding is that they themselves felt limited and trapped. So they try to break you down, right? They try to destroy your self-esteem. But you share determination. What else are they hiding? We have here fake profile. Okay, some of them have created fake profiles in order to check up on you. So whatever social media platform that you're on, or whatever dating app you might be on at this time, just know that this person, they're keeping a very close eye on you. The other thing I get with this throwing shade card, you know what's hidden from you? This person envies you. They sure do. They sure do. I know what they envy the most about you. They envy your freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of movement, and the way that you have broken free from society's strictures, right? You live your life on your terms. You do it your way, right? Just like Frank Sinatra, you do everything your way. They are envious of that because maybe their family programming is so strong that they've always lived in a little box. Well, we see them in a jar here. The other thing that is coming through is that for some of you guys, your person had some sort of working on them. A jar spell here is indicated, especially if you maybe put them in a freezer jar or something like that to restrict their movement. Somehow your person has broken free of this curse energy. They're broken free from that particular working, and they are living life on their terms. Okay, so if you think that there was some sort of shadow work, and by shadow work done by any kind of shadow magician, any kind of spell work or anything like that, they are breaking free from that energy. So whether it's some sort of jar spell, domination spell, anything like that, they are breaking free. And not only are they breaking free, but they're breaking free even more evolved and wiser than before. So whatever people planned for their downfall and destruction, they are turning it into one of their greatest assets right now. What else are they hiding from you with regard to you and this connection? We have here, there's a family feud that's on. So you see this no contact? I mean, it is the same energy. So for some of you guys, your person is going no contact with family members because they were upholding all sorts of bullshit. Okay? They're going head to head, and it is a masculine figure, and a male influential figure that they're going head to head with. This is the upholder of the family programming, the upholder of the dysfunctional family patterns. They are going head to head with this person. For some of them, it might be the maternal energy. Either way, they're facing it head on and they are erecting boundaries. And some of those boundaries there are actually barriers that they are erecting with family members. Let's pull some cards on that and see what is going on here. So for a lot of you guys, the karmic energy might have been their family. We have here revolution in reverse. This is a tower in reverse. So somebody wants to maintain the status quo, but your person is going head to head. Spirit, what are they breaking free from? We have here the Two of Swords. Any sort of mental conflict or any kind of conflict or any kind of restriction of the mind that may have kept them bound, may have kept them stuck. Because once you are there in that inner conflict, that mental conflict, you're not moving. You're not moving. So maybe even this spell work might have affected your person's mental health, right? So it looks like with help of their own sheer free will, they have broken free of that. Now we have here throwing shade. We have here the Eight of Swords. And you know what? Your person was trying a little bit of working themselves. They were trying to work some kind of spell work on you, right? To keep you stuck, to keep you bound, but you didn't fall for it. They try to do that with their words, right? Try to make you second guess yourself. Try to make you as trapped as they were. But you didn't fall for it at all. We have here the fake profile. They are very attached to you, right? They don't want to let go here. They don't want to let go. They're realizing, it says here, a new order of the ages. They're realizing that you have different energy, fresh energy, okay? And you are not falling for their usual BS or their love bombing. So they're keeping an eye on you. They're very much addicted to your energy. Spirit, tell us about this family feud that's going on. We have here the teacher, and this is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands, yes, it can denote twin flames, but the Four of Wands is also your family of origin. So we are talking about parents, talking about brothers and sisters, whoever raised your person. They are going head to head with that person and their ideologies, because their ideologies are what has been keeping your person stuck, and is what is making your person behave the way that they do. All right, let's look at your person's hidden thoughts and feelings for you at this time. If you hear a little background noise, it's my mom. She only has one volume, loud. Oh my God. Especially when she's talking on the phone, like, what the hell? Okay, we have here the High Priestess. Okay, what's going on? Their hidden thoughts and feelings for you. And if there's one thing that denotes the hidden. It is going to be the high priestess, right? All right, let's see their hidden thoughts and feelings for you. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. They think they've lost you. They think they have lost you, viewer. They think this is too far gone and they've done too much shit. And quite frankly, for some of you guys, it looks like they did quite a lot. And especially if this person is ill, you're going to be very cautious. Okay? But they think they've lost you. They don't know how to make a comeback here. They think that they will burn this bridge, right? But Spirit is pushing them to action, okay? With a prayer and hope. They hope that they can make a comeback, but this person, they're gradually losing hope that, you guys can come back together. Their hidden thoughts. We have here the Nine of Swords. Oh my. Right. So again, this is about fear, right? Fear that they can never match up to you, fear that you will leave them and you guys will never be together. Fear that they will disappoint you. If you guys do get together, fear that they're not good enough. So your person, I think their mind is going overtime, and their biggest enemy right now is themselves, and it's signified here by the Eight of Swords. Okay, when it comes to this connection, your person is basically keeping themselves stuck by just their thought patterns and thought process. They are actively talking themselves out of this, and it's all about fear. And maybe one of the biggest fears is fear of failure, fear of failing you, fear of failing themselves. Fear of when falling flat on their face and being judged by other people. Okay, all right. Let's look at their hidden emotion sphere. Okay, now don't forget that in the extended, we're going to look at what's happening in their life generally. I think we picked up on the fact that they're going head to head with family members. Okay, so we do get that. Yeah, they're going head to head with family members, going no contact with some of them. So there's that indicator, but we're going to see what else is going on. What we have here, their hidden energy for you, we have here assertive. So they do see you as a very strong personality. And sometimes, they think, can I really hold my own with you? Or can I really hold my own? Let's have a look. Hidden emotions for you. We have euphoria. Just connecting with your energy makes this person feel high. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, we're going to find out. Right? What do we have here? Yeah, you make them want to risk it all. Right? They almost feel like being impulsive, just running towards you. Right? But that can also denote an air of desperation. This person is very concerned about losing you. And they are very motivated to come towards you, and sometimes that motivation comes out as aggression, especially if they think that somebody else is on their turf. So it looks like this person's very possessive about you. So it could be a red flag. It certainly could be. Now they're surprised, so we're going to see what are they surprised about. Let's clarify some of these cards. We have here the Page of Cups. So they do want to reach out and maybe talk about their feelings just a little bit. All right, what's this euphoria card? They feel high. I told you, look, she's walking on a tightrope. They feel high when they connect with your energy. But the Ten of Pentacles talks about long-term happiness and legacy. Okay, and when they think about that, when they think about having a life partner, they think about you. They think about you. What's this reckless energy? We have here the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I told you this person is addicted to you. Maybe that's why this euphoria energy came out. They are a lot more attached to you than you know. I think this person, they try to play it cool. They try to play it cool, but when it comes to you, they're very impulsive. They're very reckless. Okay? Let's see this aggressive energy. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. If there's any conflict between you guys at this time, they want to make peace, right? It really bothers them that when you guys are at loggerheads, they feel very unsettled in their spirit, and then that unsettled feeling sometimes expresses itself as anger and frustration. They're surprised. We have here the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you guys haven't reached out at all. And they never thought that that day would come, because maybe you were the one that was, running after them or chasing them before. But not now. Not now. You've pulled all the way back. And they don't know how to deal with this new version of you. Okay? All right. Now let's see what Spirit's advice here. So if you can join me in extended, you can do that either on Patreon by paying $7.77 per month for all extended readings, or you can purchase the individual reading for $4.44. All right, so let's see, what is Spirit's advice for you at this time? But right now, your person just wants to kick themselves because they really messed up. We have here strength. And Spirit's recognizing just how strong you've really been. I mean, there have been times in your life like you didn't know what the next step would be, and you just you stepped out on faith. You stepped out on faith when everything was crumbling around you and you couldn't see a path. You still trusted in Spirit. So what's Spirit's advice for you at this time? We have here Spirit of Place. Okay, Spirit is saying that you are exactly where you need to be. You've done the work. And we have a card number 4. And 4 is about firm foundations. Okay? So you've set down firm foundations. And those firm foundations, right now, they are blossoming. So if you have invested in your abundance, it's about to blossom. If you've invested in your self-esteem, it's about to blossom. If you've invested in a business, it's about to blossom. If you invested in your family, it's about to blossom, right? So you are in your abundant season, right? You are exactly where you need to be. I'm in love. So that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. Can I ask you guys to make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel? I was looking at my analytics and only 11% of you guys subscribe, and only 12% of you guys have clicked on the notification bell. Or is it the other way? No, 12% have subscribed and only 11% have clicked on the notification bell and all notifications, okay? So make sure that that notification bell is on. And if it was on and it's now off, you can let me know, because then I can make a complaint. All right? Take care. Love you guys. Bye.